Hi Angie, thanks for joining us. Can
Sure.
you just tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Angie Minkin. I've lived in San Francisco, like 30 years or so. I live in the Excelsior District in San Francisco, really diverse, great area. And I really enjoy working with community boards.
I really appreciate all your volunteer time that you've been giving to community boards, and just wanted to talk with you so you can share your experiences with others and, in the community boards community.
Great.
So just wanted to start by asking how you came to be involved with community boards.
Well, I retired a few years ago from the state of California, and I was an administrative law judge. And a lot of the work we did involved alternative dispute resolution, which I loved. It was the most satisfying part of our jobs, actually, is doing mediation as a neutral. And so when I retired, actually, one of the first programs that I checked out was community boards, because I think that it offers so much to the community, and there's conflict all around us. So finding a way to help resolve that conflict and taking the mediation training was really great, and it was a nice transition into the next phase of my life. So that's how I came to community boards.
Nice. What motivated you to become a conflict coach?
Well, I think that it is interesting that not everyone wants to go to mediation, and yet the conflict is there. And conflict is so difficult for everyone, I think. So I wanted to get the conflict coaching training for a couple of reasons. One, to work with people who are going through conflict, but also because I even find it hard in my personal life to deal with conflict. Just neighbors or friends, things crop up, and it's sort of hard to step back and say, okay, what is it about this that's really bothering me, and how can I work through it, and how can I think about it through the other person's eyes and step in their shoes and think about a win-win solution. So that's how I came to conflict coaching, and I thought the training was great. And it's really interesting, I think it helps us as mediators too, because you're still thinking about active listening and reframing and thinking more. I think it presses you to think a little more creatively. So it's good, and again, the more we learn about conflict, and I guess not look at it as such a scary thing, that okay, well, this is bothering me, there's a problem here, what does that mean? How can I deal with it? How can we turn it into a positive thing? That's good. So
great. If you would, just what have you found to be most rewarding about conflict coaching with limited experience?
Right. I mean, I think that the most rewarding piece is seeing that aha moment with people when they kind of get through the first layer of the story and then start going a little deeper. Okay, what's really happening here? What's the other person thinking about? What does this mean in terms of the culture? What does this mean in terms of the larger society or societal issues? And then just starting to hear the ideas flow, that's really exciting, I think. The other piece of that is what's the hardest piece, the most challenging. And I think that can also be the most challenging, is to think of those questions that will help the client go deeper. And push them a little bit. I think that's hard too. It's like, the client will say something and it sounds like, okay, that's good. but then how do you push them to go a little bit deeper? And I think that is just something that comes with experience and thinking on our feet a little bit. And I guess also realizing that it's okay to push the client, and that's actually why we're there. And you know, obviously in a supportive way, but it's a little different than mediation when you have three people, you know, playing off each other and thinking of questions, and when you're by yourself, either on the phone or one-to-one, it's definitely more challenging. Definitely is. But also ultimately more rewarding, I think.
Great. So what advice might you have for any new conflict coaches or people interested in conflict coaching?
Well, definitely take the training. I think it's really good. I also would advise coming to the quarterly sessions that community boards convenes, because it's great to hear other people's stories, and that's a helpful way of thinking about how to push ourselves, I think, and to share ideas about going deeper and figuring out, you know, more creative questions or better ways to reframe, or how to get that story out there. I just think it's a great program, and I encourage all the mediators to take part in it.
Great. Thank you so
Is that
much,
okay?
Angie. Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks for coming out
great.
this evening.
Great. Well, thank you.